A young 13-year-old boy pulled this card, and his dad and him sold it for $100,000. Unbelievable.
All right, the first of the three major release sets is out in the wild. There's a ton of singles out on eBay, and we know that there's going to be an exceptional premium on all the 5 first-round rookie quarterbacks from last year: Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones.
Greg Newsome, Jalen Dart. One of one Mac Jones! One of one Mac Jones! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
There's also going to be a super high premium baked in for Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams. All of those guys are going to be at buy high prices because of the hype that's already baked into them. Even Travis Etienne, with the college connection he has with Trevor Lawrence, and the fact we haven't seen any NFL play from him yet, missing his rookie season with injury. Now, what I want to do in this video is dig into and share with you guys the guys that you can buy in low, but that are breakout candidates for year 2. So let's dig in. Real quick, if you're new here, my name is Andy. Welcome to the Football Card Quest. If you want to learn the best players, but not only the best players, the best cards and card sets and card inserts and card parallels to invest in, collect, all kinds of football card stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that little bell notification icon, so you don't miss out on anything. All right, the first guy I want to talk about is Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. Drafted in the first round by the Ravens last year, only 22 and a half years old. He is a true X-style receiver. That means that Rashad Bateman can line up on the outside, he can line up on the inside. As you can see, he's got an 82nd percentile wingspan, so he's lengthy, he's long, he can win in contested catch situation. He draws a Michael Pittman corollary here from his rookie season. Also missed the first 6 games of the year due to a core muscle injury, and that kind of limited him in his explosiveness in his rookie year. Also, you had Lamar Jackson, who missed several games last year, and you had Marquise Brown getting 145 targets. Marquise Brown is no longer there. That makes this year Rashad Bateman's time. He's best comparable to Stefon Diggs on Player Profiler. So if you want the Stefon Diggs of the Baltimore Ravens, then look no further than Rashad Bateman. Now, it looks like Rashad Bateman, looking at his 2021 Prizm auctions and buy it nows, there is already quite a bit of hype picking up for Rashad Bateman. So you're going to have to be very picky on the auctions that you get in at. It's important to hunt these, so to speak, because if you could look at what this green scope numbered out of 75 recently sold for at $140, you're definitely going to have to hunt these down, because you can see that was the first Prizm to go off the board. So if we look at all the new auctions here, this one's ending in a day and a half, but we're talking camo out of 25. When it comes to these silver Prizm autos, and we want to compare him to Michael Pittman, so you can see, due to the fact that the auction volume has gone down, the buy it now volume has gone down, because a lot of focus has shifted to the NBA Finals, to MLB heating up, to the new product that's just released, the major release. People are getting it in retail, they're getting it in hobby box formats. It's all over the place, and it's been much anticipated. You can see that the amount of available listings have gone down for cards like this on guys like this. So actually the prices have gone up. You can see this is closer to $100 for Michael Pittman, but certainly you do not want to pay more. You can see how quickly this has gone up. This person got this one on June 3rd for $67. So you definitely don't want to pay more than $60 to $70 for this Rashad Bateman Silver Prizm Auto, regardless of how freaking cool it does look. And it does look really cool, especially like this purple Prizm numbered out of 125. Absolutely love this card. Color match to the Ravens. That's definitely one to watch. I've got it hearted already. Watch these ones that are ending 6-7 days away, especially stuff ending in the afternoon during the week. These are going to be the ones that you can potentially secure for the lowest. They have the most amount of people distracted. Second player up is Kadarius Toney, because Kadarius Toney in his rookie season was insanely talented, absolutely explosive. You really have got to watch this guy's film to get a sense and understand of how explosive he was. And he was doing this against elite corners like Jalen Ramsey, like Trayvon Diggs, against guys like Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints. He was 13th in yards per route run against man coverage. And before his ankle injury, which I believe was around week 7, he was absolutely amazing on intermediate routes and yards created after the catch. We saw quite a bit of hype picking up for him quickly in his rookie season because of his yards after the catch, explosive, elusiveness, just absolutely ridiculous in the open field, getting the ball in his hands. Right now he's going as the wide receiver 49. Now he can be a bit of a knucklehead off the field, and there were rumors recently of him being traded, but he's only going into his second year, guys. The percentage of players traded in their second year are extremely rare. It hardly never happens. And so he did show up to OTAs 2 days late, maybe got the playbook a couple days late, and the fact that the Giants drafted Wan'Dale Robinson, some people are definitely moving him down in their rankings. However, if you look at where Sterling Shepard typically lined up at, and that was the slot, and if you look at where Wan'Dale Robinson played most of his time in college, and that was the slot. So it seems like with Sterling Shepard being a 2016 rookie and coming off of an Achilles injury that was like on New Year's Eve, right at the end of the season, he's going to miss considerable amount of time and probably lose a lot of explosiveness himself. So it seems like the Wan'Dale Robinson pick was more Sterling Shepard insurance than it was Kadarius Toney replacement or insurance. And they're putting all these weapons around Daniel Jones to get a good evaluation, a good sense of how good he is. He's going into the final year of his contract. They declined the 5th-year option, so they're really looking to test Daniel Jones' passing ability this year. You also bring in Brian Daboll from the Buffalo Bills. Their former offensive coordinator is now the New York Giants head coach. And so when you look at the way Brian Daboll ran the Buffalo Bills offense, you see that Kadarius Toney is going to be most similar to what Stephon Diggs was in Buffalo. Then we want to look at Kadarius Toney. And so there are some very interesting auctions. Those are the guy that you want to watch that could potentially have auctions that go undervalued on eBay. Definitely want to hunt and look for things like this red wave. Got Giants colors in there, numbered out of 149. If you could potentially get that between $10 and $20 would be absolutely wonderful. Here's a Kadarius Toney out of 99, hollow RPA, ending in just a couple hours. Now this is kind of expensive, but these cards look fantastic. RPA, you love the serial number. I definitely wouldn't pay that much for it. It's definitely a premium baked in for it being such a new product. But here in just a couple weeks even, this product is gonna have supply that is 10, 15, 20x times of what it is at now. And I want you guys to go ahead and start hunting, start looking, being abreast of this information. These are the best buy low candidates that are gonna offer the most upside in 2022, but because they allow you to buy in at the cheapest. Now, I may be completely off on these picks, so I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Who is your favorite second-year breakout candidate, and which of their specific Prizm cards are you targeting right now? I want to hear from you guys in the comments, and if you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Back to it. The third player I want to talk about is Rhamondre Stevenson, running back for the New England Patriots, because you know, it's interesting. A lot of people stay away because of how many running backs are on the depth chart in New England. And they just drafted Pierre Strong this past draft. It is no doubt that Bill Belichick wants to play a bully ball style of football, and they historically have been set up for a rotation. However, according to top beat reporter from ESPN, Mike Reese, who is up there, Rhamondre Stevenson is up to have a shot to take the RB1 role this year. If you look at Rhamondre Stevenson's advanced stat, he's got an 89 percentile BMI with incredible balance. Look at his yards per carry in college, man, out of Oklahoma. 94th percentile, 7.3 yards per carry. He was actually, last year, the limited opportunities he got, he was 10th out of 79 running backs in missed tackles forced per carry. That is really good. That is elite. And you can see that the Patriots want to run the ball, 12th highest rate in the league, and now they lose Josh McDaniels. We still haven't had an offensive play caller named by Bill Belichick. It could be himself or it could be Matt Patricia. Either way, it's going to lead to some serious run-heavy bully ball style football. He had the number 4th best juke rate in the league last year. With the size of the New England fan base and them having arguably the largest fan base in the NFL, and with the youth on his his side. We could see some serious breakout performances, big highlight reels, and primetime scenarios. And so you absolutely want to have exposure to Ramondre Stevenson, who is as thick and sturdy as he is, but also as agile and nimble on his feet. Damian Harris is going into the final year of his rookie contract, and so I think even if Ramondre doesn't get the full opportunity workload this year in the offense, next year we could be looking at that very scenario as Ramondre being the RB1 if Damian Harris doesn't suffer another injury this year potentially. But these are cards that could exponentially blow up in value based on where you could currently get in on them at. Like, here's a cracked ice, and that's not bad. Like, that's not bad for it being so new to the market. So this already can tell me that he is being considerably undervalued. And if you look at the yards per catch after reception, Ramondre Stevenson had 10.1. That was the same rate as Jonathan Taylor. So if Damian Harris even misses one game, or they shift focus to Stevenson, regardless, the ceiling could be crazy for Ramondre Stevenson. You also have to pay attention to what's going on with James White. He's questionable right now with injury, and also who's calling plays like we talked about. But there is a ton of upside in investing in Ramondre Stevenson on the low. All right, guys, the fourth player I want to talk about, you guys have heard me talk about him on the channel before, and that is Josh Palmer. I think it's very important to note that the Chargers did not sign a free agent wide receiver this year like a lot of people thought they would. They re-signed Mike Williams, extended his contract. They still got Keenan Allen, but they did not draft a wide receiver either, which is very key to note here. In fact, since drafting Mike Williams in the first round of 2017, they have only ever spent a day one or day two pick on one guy. That's Josh Palmer from the 2021 NFL Draft. He's currently coming in as the wide receiver 3/4, sharing time with Jalen Guyton, but Jalen Guyton literally has got a bare minimum bones contract, not even worth $1 million this year. So Jalen Guyton is a one-dimensional player. When Keenan Allen missed time, Josh Palmer lined up on the inside and got those targets and won. When Mike Williams missed time, Josh Palmer lined up on the outside and got those targets and won. So Josh Palmer is absolutely the wide receiver you want to invest in. And just the fact that he is paired up with Justin Herbert says enough. I mean, he's currently going as a wide receiver 73 in fantasy, but he had 4 touchdowns last year. That's more than Rashad Bateman. And plus, they were contested catches. One of them was against J.C. Jackson and the Patriots. Another one was against the Giants, and then another one was on a 4th and 21 play against the Raiders in the final game of the season to take it to overtime. So, with the fact Jalen Guyton's one-dimensional, Josh Palmer can win all over the field with size, and he's attached to Justin Herbert. We want exposure to Josh Palmer heading into 2022. You can absolutely buy low on him right now because he is a sleeper as a wide receiver 3, but he's got upside, massive upside. Definitely want to target stuff like this. Ending Saturday afternoon, here's a silver Prizm auto. I want to get these cards for under $30. These autos, these serial number cards, I want to get them on the low. However, this product is going to be primo for second-year players heading into 2022. I mean, the design is sick. I think this product is going to do really well. You can see there's not a lot of it. Panini does print based on draft pedigree and performance in the rookie season. So you can see the listings are limited, and you definitely have got to be watching. This is kind of my ceiling for this one, but I still want to watch it to see where it ends at because it kind of gives me comps, although new comps are going to be coming out on a weekly basis right now, guys. So key to point that out, but store these guys in your memory banks. Look at what's out there. All right, so my 5th guy, my top second-year breakout candidate right now to buy low into is Chris Evans, running back for the Cincinnati Bengals. Chris Evans may be the RB3 in Cincinnati, but he's got incredible receiving ability, and the Cincinnati Bengals are primed to smash passing records this year from Joe Burrow. They bolstered the offensive line, man. They signed new pieces across the offensive line to add skill, talent, experience, and Chris Evans, if one thing happens to Joe Mixon, Chris Evans has been rumored to take over that backfield. You can see best comparable to Damian Harris. Look at the burst and the explosiveness, the agility, man. The agility and the burst is incredible with Chris Evans. He's also very good at catching the ball, as you can see here from this little highlight of Joe Burrow throwing a deep pass to Chris Evans down the sideline. And that's what you want, man. Plays like that in prime time, big scenarios are going to lead to Chris Evans going off, man. And he's absolutely got the burst and the agility to make some really good stuff happen, especially receiving the ball. So I definitely want exposure to Chris Evans heading into 2020. He's another guy that you can buy incredibly cheap right now, probably cheaper than any of the other guys. Like something like this, a red wave, numbered out of 149 autograph card, absolutely incredible. Even an orange numbered out of 249, you absolutely love this kind of stuff for Chris Evans. You could potentially get something very rare, stash them if something does happen to Joe Mixon, or they just get into these shootout after shootout scenarios. Joe Mixon needs a breather. Chris Evans has taken over the RB2 job from Samaje Perine after how terrible he did in the Super Bowl last year. He's just creeping up. He's got the agility. He's got the burst. And I absolutely want to get exposure to him heading into 2022. All right, some other honorable mentions is Kenny Gainwell. Make sure you type in Kenneth on eBay. Kenneth Gainwell, RB2/3 on the Philadelphia Eagles. He's just a great space back. He's really good receiving back, a little bit undersized, but he's got the ability to make guys miss in open space. You can see here some sold silver Prizm just yesterday for $6.50, $10 out the door. Let's get off these sold transactions, kind of show you what's out there in the marketplace currently that you want to be looking for. That's a really nice reactive blue Prizm, but I'm looking for actual Prizm. It's important you want to invest in him like a deep sleeper, but seriously, you may be able to get some seriously good prices. He's on the Eagles. They have a massive fan base. They're going to be a team that looks like they're definitely going to be into playoffs again this year. Added weapons, A.J. Brown. So you got to temper expectations. He's still behind the depth chart, behind Miles Sanders. But it looks like he's potentially ahead of Boston Scott, ahead of Jordan Howard if he's still out there, you know. So I like Kenneth Gainwell, also really cool name, just paired up with the Eagles. I think he's a really interesting play, super buy low. Another sleeper play to look at is Rondale Moore on the Arizona Cardinals. Now there were some questions about Rondale Moore and if he had shaky hands deep and why did they reduce his opportunities heading down the stretch last year, but the guy is incredibly electric, incredibly explosive for a smaller sized athlete. A very interesting guy that could put up some massive highlights in certain primetime scenarios. And you definitely want to have some exposure to him. You could potentially buy super low into his cards right now. Definitely worth a watch on your auctions. He's another guy to buy low on. Khalil Herbert on the Chicago Bears. And we're not bullish about the Chicago Bears outlook for 2022. It's clear that they're in full rebuild mode, but Khalil Herbert behind David Montgomery last year, given the opportunity when David Montgomery was hurt, Khalil Herbert was incredibly explosive, incredibly efficient, great running back, and just with the market size of Chicago, he could absolutely break out big time. His values could go up. Definitely a guy you could buy super low on now, potential future breakout. And the last honorable mention is Nico Collins, wide receiver with the Houston Texans, with the incredible, throwing mechanics that Davis Mills has. Obviously, Brandon Cooks is going to be the wide receiver one there. They also drafted John Mechie from Alabama. But Nico Collins has done some really cool things with Davis Mills already in his rookie season on limited amount of opportunities. So he's a guy that could absolutely have a lot of upside compared to what you can buy into him now. Same thing with the Chicago Bears. The outlook is not great for them heading into 2022. However, if you can get his cards so cheap, it's more of like you're investing in the athletic ability and you're investing in the pairing of him with the quarterback and his potential production, maybe some spike weeks, maybe some profit there, but ultimately looking to invest in good athletes. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Who did I miss? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on The Quest. Peace.